831-479-1080. And now, here are your hosts for tonight's program, Neil Pearlberg and Terry Campion.
Good evening and welcome to Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO 1080 here in Santa Cruz, California. We'll be asked.
Well, no.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Luke Rockhold in the house for this great 2-hour show to kick off the 2014 Surf and UFC season. Is that right?
Season, week,
whatever. The UFC week. We're also here with Shannon Marie Quirk from the Surf Channel, who is busy doing the videography for because we are on, you can listen to us, you can watch us live tonight on where?
TheSurfChannel.com.
TheSurfChannel.com. Now, are we blowing up on the SurfChannel.com?
We're blowing up. We've had some crazy record traffic. I don't know if it's due to the storm or these guys.
I know that you set some pretty high expectations going into this, making the world tour. Did you feel like you were going to top 10 surfer when you started the year?
I always believed that I could be. I went into the year thinking I could be, but I guess it just kind of came quickly when I got second place at Bell's. It was a little bit of a shock, just the timing of it, my second event. But yeah, after that, I had a lot of confidence throughout the rest of the year, and it's all about preparation. When I'm at home and when I'm not competing, I do a lot of things in order to prepare myself to be as ready as I can possibly be. So when I am competing, I'm not thinking about, I just go out there and surf because I've done everything.
Think about that donut you ate.
Yeah, I'm at home training. I'm surfing a lot. I'm dedicating all my time to, doing well in whatever I'm doing. And for me, that's what I do.
Right. How are you not taking things for granted for next year with the success that you've had?
For me, it's like I'm a well-rounded fighter. I do everything pretty well. And so I'm longer than him, so I can be able to keep my range with the kicks and my distance, and then close the distance when I can. So if I don't head and knock him out or kick him in the liver and take him out early, you can be sure he's going to hit the ground.
There's some tactics, right?
Stay back, circle to the right, try to kick him, try to take him out in the liver or the head, and then otherwise.
How can we just move 6 inches away from them there, Pete?
Oh, not even. I was snuggling up to him.
Yeah.
No, it's. I love the UFC. And talk about the Anderson Silva fight that we just saw in Scott Lyman. That was pretty crazy fight. If anyone followed out there.
Yeah, that was nasty. To see guys' leg, it just shows how real the sport is. If you even want to call it a sport, it's.
He does, but I probably get the same satisfaction when I win as when he wins.
Right. Skin Dog was sitting in that seat last week, and he was amazed what you did at Pipeline.
I was just going to say this. I'm amazed too. We don't have many waves around here.
Exactly what he said. He goes, "There's no wave around here where you could practice." So, do you find that just like a natural talent kicked in?
No. I've been going to Hawaii since I was like 14 years old. So I'm 22 now.
So
that's 8 years. I've just been going there, putting a godmother over there and some friends over there. So I had some support over there for sure.
That's great. This is Neil, and here with my co-host Peter Mel tonight. We're here with Nat Young, Mr. Luke Rockhold, Shannon Marie Quirk here from the Surf Channel, and we will be right back after this commercial.
All right, Felix, we'll try this again. Is your surfboard or paddleboard dinged and need some expert repair? If so, then call Felix at Sand Dollar Ding Repair. With over 20 years experience, I think he has more than 20 years.
20 years.
He will fix that board and get you back in the water pronto. Call 831-722-4060 or go to dingrepair.net. Also, you can follow them on Facebook and send a message.
That's right. And let me see, the trivia question this week is...
Trivia question this week. We just recently had a Big Wave World Tour event, and it was in Europe. About a month ago?
Yeah. And Skin Dog came in third.
Wasn't that part of the question?
No. Part of the question is...
Wait, you asked me, you said that who's third?
You know what? I'm not saying a word.
All right.
Let the man do his job.
I'm done.
He's trying to help me out here. I'm a rookie co-host, right? No. Okay, so Skin Dog did finish third in the event, but where was it? What was the name of the surf spot?
831-479-1080 is the phone number. Come in, caller number 2 gets a bunch of Surf Channel swag. Right, Shannon?
Yep.
You guys got beanies?
Hats.
No beanies. Maybe for Ski Channel. Not yet.
Okay, we got stuff. We got nice hats right here. Maybe Nat will give him up to... No, he's not giving up the Niners hat.
No.
Are you giving up the RVCA hat?
Well, for yes.
What Quicksilver gear you got? Made that nice shirt outside?
I got a bar of wax.
Yeah. 831-479-1080 is the phone number for the trivia. And also, if you have a question for one of these guys, the phone lines are open to
get to you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what we're talking about with Nat. Nat says preparation. You just basically load it into full preparation. That's what allows you to get that tunnel vision and see right through it and just focus on the task at hand.
Who's your fiercest competitor? Do you look at the competitor, or do you just look at the wave and rely on your score? Is there somebody out there that you...
There's definitely guys out there that are very good competitors. I mean, obviously Kelly Slater would be the best one since he's won 11 world titles. Or is it 12? I think it's 11.
Yeah, it's 11 now, but he's working. Almost had 12, right?
Yeah, so, I mean...
My name's Madeline.
My name's Madeline.
Hi, Madeline. How's it going? Do you have a question for one of these guys?
You have the answer to the question.
Some gnarly waves.
So you have the answer.
I have the answer.
Okay, what's the answer?
Some gnarly wave in Spain, and by the way, Nick Lamb came in second.
You're right.
You're right, he came in second.
What's the name of the surf spot?
What's the name of the surf spot that he came in that Skin Dog came in third at?
Oh, Peter.
I don't know. Ask Uncle Peter.
Uncle
great.
Peter.
People get just in training. I mean,
It's a tough way to make a living.
I don't want to, but sometimes if I see like a big head kick gonna land, I try to pull it before it actually gets there.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes like last week, this kid shot in for a takedown, and I went for like a combination, a cross and then a hook, and then I went for the kick, and he kind of came in short on the takedown as I was coming forward, and my knee always comes first with my kick.
And Terry and everybody.
We appreciate you giving
I usually call in as Joe, and I'm kind of creepy when I call in. So I thought
that's for future reference.
Yeah,
right?
thank you. Yeah, we're right now.
Now you got to move on to the.
I wrote that down.
Or something else.
Do you tweet? Do you tweet as Joe the Creep?
No, but I'm pretty creepy.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
I want to cuddle every. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Good show. See you, boys.
Appreciate it. Hey, if you want to call in tonight, 831-479-1080 is the phone number. This is the Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO in Santa Cruz, California, in the Central Coast. We ask you to listen and be heard. We're here tonight with Nat Young, Luke Rockhold, Peter Mel, Shannon Marie Quirk. Tara Mel is in the house taking photographs, tweeting like crazy. Shannon, get on the air. I know the Surf Channel has a question for Nat Young. Got to. Here it is.
Questions.
You were supposed to be. We're supposed to be in Southern California right now, but you stayed up because Nat's coming in.
She knew the snow was good up north.
No, she came in because Luke was here.
There's no waves in LA. That's basically why. I think everyone was really impressed with your pipe performance, but they kind of answered, or you guys were already talking about that. But as your first year, was it everything you expected on the World Tour?
Yeah, I mean.
Are you having trouble fitting into everyday society? Do you feel paranoid? Do you think the government is trying to take away your right to bear arms and shove Obamacare down your throat? These are symptoms of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a serious condition that affects over 2.2 million Americans every day, mostly in the South. But there is hope. Reading Skidmark magazine will help take the edge off. Skidmark magazine is probably the most American magazine, consisting mostly of skateboarding, motorcycles.
Cleanses impurities from the inside out, improving your cardiovascular health and the condition of your skin. Lose weight as the body is heated and fat becomes water soluble and exits the body through sweat as you burn as much as 300 calories per hour. Friendly staff, a pristine studio, and the solution for a new you, where they invite you to try their new student special of $40 for 30 days of unlimited hot yoga and Pilates classes. For further information, go to
www.purepoweryoga.net. We are back with the Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO 1080.
Well, the Mavericks event is running, and it will be on this year. Body Glove stepped in as a sponsor of the event. It is not part of the Big Wave World Tour this season. I'm sorry, let me reiterate. It is a part of the Big Wave World Tour this season. As far as becoming a part of it for 2014, 2014. We do not know the answer to that one yet. As of right now, it is not.
Okay.
And again, it's just a matter of hopefully the two coming together and meshing, and hopefully I like to ride big waves. I get a thrill out of it too. I like to compete in big waves too.
Yeah. So now, when do you start off this year? When do your season kick off, and where does it kick off at?
My first contest is March 1st at Snapper Rocks. So there's a few other ones before that, but I'm just hanging out. It's a long year. It's a lot of traveling. So by the time I do get it home is nice.
Right. And you're involved in Skin Dog's deal last week, the Volcom thing with the kids?
I judged it.
You judged it?
Yeah,
Who's the boy?
Were you harsh? Yeah, who was the boy?
Nick H-Dez is the new boy.
Who's the boy?
This is the new lad.
God.
Next time you see him.
boy?
How did he do?
Next time you see him, burn him.
He's listening tonight too, you know.
He did good. He was ripping. That's why he won.
Is he good? What other young up-and-coming surfer do we have? We got the Mel. Young John Mel, right?
We got Johnny Mel.
Nick Lamb's another one of the Big Wave World Tour. I mean, he just finished second, thanks to the young girl Madeline who just called in. But she was saying how Nick Lamb finished second, and that's a really good surf the spot. You need to prove yourself in Jeff Clark's eyes and all of us as a group up there, really, to be perfectly honest.
Right.
And so there is a worry that you're going to have some guys that basically have never surfed Mavericks who are in that top 12.
Okay.
But the idea is that the top 12 is going to transfer over, but the other 12 surfers that it would be invited to this event are going to be up to basically ASP surfers can get involved in that group.
Okay.
Local wildcards, locals who surf the spot.
Right.
And then also event wildcards, you call them, which are basically a couple spots there that for the sake of the event, do we have these guys in the event? Sure enough, that's where you get the other 12.
Question for Luke. Can you promote your fight a little bit since you're here right now? Maybe you tweeted somebody on UFC. Where can we watch your fight?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different to what you got going on. You got a friendly crowd. Whoever right now, whoever is surfing in the water, it's a pretty friendly crowd. If you go to Brazil, you getting a bunch of crap?
I don't know. I think, yeah, it's definitely nothing like that. There's no one screaming like kill him. But actually, my first heat this year in the first event this year, I was serving against Mick Fanning at Snapper Rocks, and when I was running down, Mick Fanning was running down before me, and
I do have a couple friends that did go to Belhara. Jamie Mitchell, Grant Twiggy Baker, Shane Dorian were the three that I know of. Benji Sanchis, who's a local guy from that area, and then a bunch 4 feet.
Yeah,
so there you go.
No, I mean, this thing was just an incredible storm. I mean, people talk about the perfect storm back in Halloween 1991, and this storm was not like that storm in that it didn't really affect the East Coast as much, other than the cold air, that it was behind the storm. But this
41st Avenue, just a block from the ocean, where you'll always be welcome with a warm, friendly atmosphere and speedy service so that you won't even miss a set. So cruise down to the Chill Out Cafe, where they always roll the fatties.
Hello, I'm Schmitty of Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, Santa Cruz, California, 831-475-7809. Been in business since 1979. Few tips on saving water. Keep a 5-gallon bucket in your shower. Save the gray water from your washing machine. Reuse the water for your lawn, plants, and trees. Been doing this for 3 years. Have saved an average of 1,200 to 1,500 gallons per month. Just doing my part. So can you. This is Schmitty from Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, 831-475-7809. Remember to be kind. Enjoy the day.
Hey, it's TC from the Santa Cruz Boardroom. We all know the Boardroom as the best skate shop in town, but do you know the Boardroom as the best museum in town? The Boardroom currently has art on display from Jim Phillips, Steve Caballero, Jimbo Phillips, Johnny Mojo, and Brian Reed. There's 400 vintage skateboards on display and an amazing selection of vintage surfboards and snowboards for your viewing pleasure. Stop by the Santa Cruz Boardroom, pick up a t-shirt, pair of shoes, a skateboard, but come see the art. 825 41st Avenue, Santa Cruz, California, open 7 days a week.
Toyota of Santa Cruz is a proud sponsor of the Off the Lip radio show. The Toyotathon biggest event of the year is on.
The head studio.
I mean, I didn't go with either. He decided what he wanted to do.
What did he do?
He chiseled my left ear, and then I think he drilled and chiseled my right ear. So, yeah, it was cool.
Did it hurt?
Well, I mean, I was asleep, so I didn't feel a thing.
Can you hear better now?
No, I can hear the same, but I haven't surfed yet. That was what was bothering me, was when I was surfing, I was getting water stuck in my ears, so I had to wear earplugs pretty much all year. Even when I was in the tropics, I had to wear earplugs. And I'd surf my heats without earplugs, and then they'd fill up with water. So it was, they'd fill up like mid-heat, and I'd have to like just mess with my ear the whole time, and it's really distracting.
Right. Why did you surf without the plugs?
Well, I mean,
that's so great. I'm like, that's great. And he took a photo of it and then like skins it out and like gives it to you. And it's just, but he was saying that because I have a very oily complexion and oily ears, it protects my ears. And I've never worn plugs. I've surfed for 43 years and never had to get my ears drilled.
I came across someone that is on the CT too that I've always seen wearing earplugs, and he stopped wearing earplugs, and I asked him what he was doing, and he said he was putting olive oil in his ears before he surfed. And he said it was fine.
Olive oil.
There you go.
Olive oil sales going to be up at Trader Joe's.
I know.
Every surfer is going to
use that stuff for lotion.
Every surfer is going to be Trader Joe's or Costco.
It's one of those things you got to get used to. I think
with the Off the Lip Radio Show.
Your source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. AM 1080, KSCO, Santa Cruz.
News, I'm Bill Whitney. So cold affecting much of the nation.
I'm Heather Bosch in New York, which hit a record low 4 degrees for the day. At least 45 daily records were shattered across the country. Atlanta saw 6 degrees. It was 4 for Philadelphia, 2 degrees in Tennessee. That's downright balmy, though, compared to Flint, Michigan, and Toledo, Ohio. Thermometers in both cities dipped to 14 below.
Correspondent Mark Strassman is in Asheville, North Carolina, where some residents are suffering in cold homes.
It was 1 below here in Asheville, which is a record. And because most people here rely on electric heat, the surge in demand for power caused outages on a day when many towns...
Big drop in deaths from lung cancer. Officials at the Centers for Disease Control are worried about alcohol consumption. Reporter Sabrina Gibbons has that.
The CDC wants your doctor to ask how much you drink.
Drinking too much is a big problem among U.S. adults. It shouldn't get a free pass.
Double the sharks, double the deals.
Here comes our blood-sucking offer.
Starting tonight, Tuesday nights have more bite.
Why don't you cut him a little slack?
Oh, why don't you cut him a check?
Shark Tank Tuesdays, back-to-back shows.
You're a vulture.
Thank you, and good night. Starts tonight, 8 Eastern, on CNBC.
Psst. It's me, your bathroom medicine cabinet. I see you naked, know how often you floss, and watch you pluck unsightly hairs. I can keep a secret, but you need to know. Your kids have been taking your prescriptions to get high. I couldn't keep it quiet because prescription drug abuse now causes more deaths than cocaine and heroin ODs combined. So please, mind your meds. For tips on safeguarding your meds and your family, visit the partnership at drugfree.org.
Dozens of retired New York police officers and firefighters are charged with faking to collect federal disability benefits. Correspondent Jeff Glore has details.
Prosecutors say that Luis Hurtado was starring in instructional videos as a 6th-degree black belt, all while telling the New York Police Department he was disabled with neck injuries and psychological problems. He's accused of taking $470,000.
Spencer, with your weather and traffic updates for tonight. Let's see partly to mostly cloudy out there, a low around 42. For tomorrow, cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon, a high around 60. Tomorrow night, a few clouds and a low around 42. And on Thursday, some clouds in the morning will give way to mainly sunny skies in the afternoon with a high around 62. On your Monterey, babe.
Of the Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO, where we ask you to listen and be heard. Guess who's back? Dan's back. But before we go to Dan, in studio tonight, we might as well talk about Obamacare while we're at it.
Kyle Tierman knows about that.
Yeah, we're going to have Kyle Tierman on the show here a couple of weeks, so we can talk to him about that.
Surfing for change.
Surfing for change, Kyle Tierman. But Nat, I'm sure you've been waiting on the phone for like half an hour. You've got to have a question for Nat. We let you back in the show.
Oh, man.
He invited you back.
Nat's your biggest fan over here. He's been talking about you.
So you can talk to her too. She's from the Surf Channel. If you haven't checked out the Surf Channel, lady, go to their website, thesurfchannel.com. It's got some incredible pictures of the storm back in the Atlantic. Unbelievable photographs.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've had tripled our traffic within the last couple of days, and it's caused just an uproar of a lot of people that are not in the surf industry to check out like what these guys are doing because of the chaos. Obviously, people love drama. They love storms. So, yeah, definitely check out surfchannel.com. You're also going to see us live on television very shortly in about 45 million homes. So you guys better prep your makeup and brush your hair.
That's why I shaved today.
Get rid of the grease, dude. Get rid of the oily.
Where's the? An example would be, we recently have been surfing waves up in Oregon. There's a wave up there called Nell Scott Reef. It's an event on the Big Wave World Tour. And, we first originally surfed the wave. I surfed it with Adam Replogle. We tow surfed it. And we kind of left it as a tow surfing wave. And then over the time, obviously with the resurgence of big wave paddle surfing, we decided one day that, like, hey, can we paddle this wave? And I remember, I was with Anthony Tashnik up there, and we were, trying to figure out if it again a little bit now, and still has that desire to ride big waves. I love the fact that these women want to challenge themselves, and I think it'll bring a lot to the sport.
Yeah, and anyone that didn't know, there's actually 10 girls that are going to be invited to Nell Scott Reef, so it's going to be a whole new game. They're not going to be competing against the men, but actually just out there able to do it. And I guess for Mavericks, they have to prove themselves first before.
Well, that's and Jeff Clark and in the way it's kind of an unsaid rule. I mean, there's some
right girls and market them right.
Okay.
Just don't get There's a lot out there that are trying to be more like men and taking the hormones to get there too. So you want to market the girls that are the females, obviously the prettier ones, and then the ones that can actually fight. So a lot of people enjoy watching them. When they're technical and they're good. And,
so they take it seriously.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if you've ever watched Ronda Rousey fight, the girl's nasty. I've seen her. She's
won like 11
nights or so. Well, let's hope it's 10.
You getting hoop games? Peter.
Nat does not like to lose anything.
I can tell.
Nothing. You cannot play tennis, ping pong, cards,
no
poker,
losing.
Nothing.
True competitor.
And that's
going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday. No more worries for me or you.
Hi, this is Tim from De La Vega Golf Course in Santa Cruz, California. Want to play golf, but you're short on time and daylight? We have you covered with our 3, 6, and 9 short hole options. Start off 2014 with a complete golf evaluation, a swing lesson from one of our professionals, along with the complete tune-up of your clubs. Will sharpen your game and lower your scores. We invite you to join De La Vega Golf Club, the Santa Cruz Sentinel's Reader's Choice for Best Golf Course, and take advantage of our complete 2014 tournament schedule. For further information, go to delaviegagolf.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or call the golf shop at 831-423-7214.
Hi, this is Steve Pereira, the beach guy in Santa Cruz, California. If you're considering buying or selling a coastal home in 2014, please give my wife Diane or I the opportunity to help you by calling 831-425-SAND. We've been helping coastal buyers and sellers find or sell their dream homes since 1982. We'll connect you and your luxury listing or beach bungalow with qualified and interested buyers using the right marketing mix and a little creativity. We'd love to share the stoke of our coastal lifestyle with you and promise to make your coastal real estate experience pleasant and successful. So give us a call at 425-7263. That's 831-425-7263. Or drop in on our website at lifesabeach.com. Kick back and relax and let us do the work. And remember, no one knows the turf near the surf better. See you soon.
We are back with the Off the Lip radio show. We're even more busy in here tonight because my son Quinn just joined me. Here we are with Peter Mel, my co-host. Hi. Luke Rockhold, eating carrots instead of go for one of those chocolate things.
He can't. He's got to cut weight
soon.
Soon
enough.
Are we still going with the music, Chris? What do you think? There we go. Mr. Nat Young's in the house. Shannon Marie Quirk's in the house. Rusty's in the house. Mr. Rockhold, did you come up with some trivia for us for UFC trivia?
UFC trivia?
Hang on a second, because why don't you just whip that again, and Peter, whip that out again here.
All right, your trivia
We're going to
tonight.
blow up Felix one more time, Felix.
If you
you guys, now, you have your board fixed by Felix or no?
Yes.
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, sorry.
Oh, Nat Young does have his board fixed by Felix.
He just gets a new one.
He just gets
I've got 2 questions for Nat now. Is your surfboard or paddleboard dinged and needs some expert repair? If so, then call Felix at $10 Ding Repair. With over 20 years of experience, he will fix that board and get you back in the water pronto. Is that like your UNTC thing? Pronto.
Pronto.
Right. Call 831-722-4060 and go to dingrepair.net or go to dingrepair.net. Follow him on Facebook and send a message.
And the trivia question is?
Trivia question is, who was my first title defense in Strike Force? And how did I win?
There we go. 831-479-1080 is the phone number to call and get Surf Channel swag. Maybe something from Freeline. Maybe a boogie board.
Yeah, a turbo bodyboard.
Turbo bodyboard. I think we need to get rid of a couple of those.
John Mel likes his bodyboard.
He does. Yes. Can you give us the question again, Luke, please?
Who was my first title defense in Strike Force, and how did I win the fight?
Okay. 831-479-1080 is the phone number. Nat, did you ever do any martial arts in your day?
Nope.
No? Any interest in doing it?
Yeah, it'd be cool to learn that. I don't know. I just feel like I might get hurt or something doing that, and
right.
I just don't want to, interfere with my surfing. But that is something definitely. If like I had to learn something, that would be what I'd want to learn.
Okay, Luke, what do you think? What he's a competitive guy. I mean, Pete said he doesn't want to lose. What do you think he should be doing? Jiu-jitsu, taekwondo,
jiu-jitsu.
Where wouldn't he get? Where could he improve his, strength, as it were, without getting hurt?
I'd probably say jiu-jitsu. Definitely if you're flexible. A lot of the surfers like to transition because it translates to the kind art, and it's obviously a little.
It's
bit.
not that kind. What do you mean?
Portuguese.
What do you mean kind? Where's it?
Few words I know.
Where's it come? It's kind.
I mean, it's
a kind sport.
The gentle. Yes. It's actually the gentle art. That's what it is. It's the gentle art. But they. It can be a nice, flowy, smooth, sport.
Well, the best guys do that. I mean, the only guys are going to, the fact is, if you're going to get hurt, it's because somebody's just trying to rip your arm off and not use technique. And you're rolling. You're supposed to roll and it's an art. Yeah, it's exactly that, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get
even Kelly Slater likes to train too,
Does he really?
A lot of guys, yeah.
He's working on getting a belt.
Yeah.
You got Joel Tudor's a black belt.
Yeah, that's right.
Joel Tudor's really good.
Where's Kelly Slater get the time? Is it golf? He's like
he's on the North Shore. There's a really good dojo there.
He's golfing. He's like a scratch golfer.
Yeah. Well, he's
guy rips at golfing. Yeah.
How's your golf game, Nat? You've been playing.
No, I was addicted to it. Golfing when I should have been surfing, so I kind of quit playing.
Who'd you play? Who? Rat Boy?
I was actually playing with
Nelly?
Rat, Nelly, those guys. I was having a lot of fun doing it, but I get really frustrated, and I don't really have the patience for 18 holes. But I've been getting back into it just because I can't do anything.
How much money of yours ended up?
You need something to do when you reach Neil's age.
Yeah, thank you very much. How much Xbox? How much? Thanks. What are you laughing at, Peter?
It's funny.
I know it is. How much money of yours ended up in Nelly's back pocket?
None.
Really?
No.
Really?
I don't know. I wouldn't bet with him because he's a lot better than me.
Right. He's a sandbagger too.
A lot of my money.
Yes, right. How much of your money, Luke, has ended up in Nelly's back pocket?
Too much.
Okay. Yeah.
No need to spend $10,000 on a
Just a question.
Just fly Alaska as much as you can. It's a $100 upgrade.
Is it?
It's the best. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good tip from Luke Rockhold tip.
Or just be champ. When I was champion in the Strike Force under the Zuffa banner, champions all flew first class. Immediately when they shut down that organization, before I even had a fight, they shut down the organization. They boom, right back to coach. My whole motivation in life is to be the champion, so I get first class.
Hey, the worst part is
didn't you walk on the plane, grab somebody by the throat, and pull them out of their chair and sit in it, and tell the guy to go in the back?
That works real well with all the air marshals on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, 831-479-1080 is the phone number if you got a question for any of these guys tonight. This is Off the Radio Show on KSCO 1080. live here in Santa Cruz, California.
How about your entourage, Luke? I mean, you've been training with the same guys, doing the same thing for a long time. Have you ever changed anything up, or you got a nice, solid crew?
Yeah, no, I got a great crew. We got so many good guys. We got Cain Velasquez, the baddest man on the planet. We got Daniel Cormier is the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world. Josh Thompson's ranked number 1 contender in the world at 155. I mean, countless, guys. We just got so many good guys. But I have my
that
coaches.
Helps, yeah. I mean, having a peer group like that, Lane.
Yeah, definitely guys and then we had a lot of guys before that too. So it's like I've been training with these guys for so long, and a lot of them, some of them are older than me, and so I've what experience I lacked, I gained through them and just being in the gym and
where does this take place? Where do you guys train at?
We train over in San Jose, California. Thankfully, it's right next to my home, so I can make the commute. Doesn't take too long, about 35-minute commute, so it's worth it for me. Come out home, and I actually tried living over there, and it was just a transition to get away from the the local scene and all the boys here, and to kind of separate myself. And I did that for a couple of years, and it was hard, but I think it had helped me out, and it separated myself, and now I can kind of keep myself separate and do my thing and with a commute. But I have a tight-knit group of guys that we go to fights with, like all my coaches that usually come with me every fight.
Luke, I've got a question here. Schmitty's called in.
Of course.
Schmitty sponsored the show tonight.
Is it about water conservation?
And water conservation. Tells us to go get a bucket and a shower, which is very appreciative of the. But he has a question for you. He wants to know what you think of his word of the day that he's sending you every day. Luke, Schmitty sends you a word a day. How do you feel about that?
Here we go.
Words of the day, yeah,
Give us your honest truth. You like the word of the day? You're like, God darn it, drive me nuts. Which Schmitty can do, by the way.
Words of the day always come with keep your hands up. Now he's just abbreviating it and everything. So it's he's becoming a little 16-year-old girlish,
Oh, here we go.
I can text him back LMFAO and all that other whatever you want to say. But no, Bob's words of the day. I appreciate them. They're cool. They're inspiring. Very very inspiring, Bob. You're
no
person.
Bob. You can't send Nat.
But although I do miss my Bob's blog. Bob used to send me a blog for my other fights, but we transitioned to the words. But I used to get a blog every day on my answering machine.
You did? Oh my God.
Bob's blog.
Nat, do you think what's the chances of Peter succeeding again this year, Mavericks? Do you like his chances?
Yeah, I like him more than anyone.
How is he going to answer that?
Well, it's just a quick.
I mean,
no, he's going to suck it. He's going to lose first heat.
He may have a little bit of money on it. I don't know. Get some money on it.
He's been surfing out there more than anyone, so
yeah.
That can't hurt. And he'll go on any wave that comes through. So
you'd like to beat Flea's record, wouldn't you? 3 in a row.
I don't think about that. No,
you don't.
No, I don't. I love that Flea won it 3 in a row, and I don't think it's going to be really tough to beat.
Right.
So I don't even think about that. No.
How did you feel? How did you feel last year when you went out and they decided to split the prize money between themselves in the final?
I was part of it.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, it wasn't like they just said, "Oh, we're just going to split them." I mean, we all talked about it and decided, And the reason for that was the conditions weren't good last year. Matter of fact, here's a little tidbit of info. I was sitting on the boat in the morning of the event, sitting on the boat with Mark Healy and Zach Wormhout. We're sitting there, and it's I'm looking at the waves, and it's not even breaking. And I'm like looking at Healy, and like, should we boycott? And I'm texting Gary Linden, and but because I didn't think the waves were going to do it.
Right.
And we were very fortunate that there was enough waves, but I mean, there's a lot of guys that were challenged by having just not enough surf in there, and it's it's a surfing event. You got to run events. Sometimes the conditions are good, sometimes they're not. I'd hope that the years coming up that we're going to have some big surf. That's the thing. Like, that's the one thing you could take away from that event is like, wow, you won, but it was like 4 feet. But it wasn't 4 feet, but it was it wasn't macking Mavericks.
Do you want to go back? You want to go back and win on one of its more powerful days?
On a big day, yeah.
Okay,
it'd be awesome. Like the year before that, when you look at the year before that, that year was the biggest surfing big wave event that I've ever been a part of.
Right.
I got a question. As you're aging gracefully,
as I'm getting old, I love that.
What a way to start.
40 what?
43.
Wow.
Do you find it more difficult for yourself serving Mavs, or are you getting, like, with the wisdom you have, is it getting, are you smarter about it and just picking your spots? I mean, do you think it's easier or actually getting harder?
It's a little bit of both, to tell you the truth. I do feel like that, you learn so much that the consequences, and that actually kind of, in a way, takes away from what you want to do, and you don't really want to take off on some of those waves because you know what they'll do to you. The experience does help me a lot, and I'm knowing where I need to be and all that stuff. So it's almost like you kind of staying that it doesn't make you any better, and hopefully it doesn't make you any worse. You do, when you get older, you lose a little bit of the drive, man. It's just human nature. It's just how it works, and of course I'm not like I was when I was 22, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I'm a little smarter in the lineup, but I choose my waves and probably don't ride as many waves as I used to, but I probably don't wipe out as much either.
That's a good way to go. Do you see yourself ever hanging it up in the near future, or is it not even a thought in your mind?
Well, there's an opportunity coming up where I may find myself hanging it up, and the reason being is that I'm
just
sitting
competitively or actually going out there.
The position that with the ASP may force me to be not competing because there's a role that's called the ASP Big Wave World Tour Commissioner. Kieran Perot is the commissioner for the ASP World Tour, and I am acting commissioner as of right now for the ASP. Now, commissioners can't surf in the events, so I would basically be choosing to retire and strictly be part of the ASP Big Wave World Tour Commissioner, which means I call the days of the events. I have a lot to do with the rule books and the rules and who's going to be competing in the events. And
the commish.
Commish Pete Mel, but Commish Pete Mel is not competitor Pete Mel, so I haven't made that decision yet. That can happen, coming up in the, depending on how this season ends up, because we still have three events on the Big Wave World Tour for this season. Mavericks being one of them, Nel Scott Reef being another one, and then Toto Santos. So those three events come March 31st, the end of the season, determine if you're in the top 12. If I'm in the top 12, I got to make a decision at that point, because I'll be able to compete at Mavericks, being that it's not part of the Big Wave World Tour now. If it becomes part of it, then I'd have to think about that, and it's a decision that I've been thinking about it. I don't know how I feel about it.
We're going to find out. I hope you come on the radio show and tell us. Give us the scoop. Like Skin Dog, running for... What's he running for?
Supervisor.
That's right. On the west side.
Just make a little clause where you can make a leave of absence.
Yeah.
just in case.
Now, is there somewhere you want to surf in the world that you haven't been to yet?
There's plenty of places that I haven't been that I'd like to go. I think my main one was Fiji, but now, I left in Africa, in Namibia. Looks like probably my dream wave, so that would be an awesome place to go to. I know it's very fickle, so if I have the opportunity, that'd be cool.
Okay. Shannon, what do you got? You've been quiet over there tonight.
I know, I've been
trying
dealing with the video
How's the
cams.
video doing?
It's good now. We're live.
We're live on
around the world. It's pretty nuts. I think the coolest part is really taking all the surfers you have in Santa Cruz that are just, you have so many people coming through here, amazing locals, and in addition, just, Big Sur, everyone's coming up here if they're in big wave surfing, right?
Right.
So now you're exposing those athletes to the entire globe instead of just to Santa Cruz.
Now, what do people say to you about Santa Cruz when you're, 3,000 miles away or 6,000 miles away? What do people say, about Santa Cruz to you from a faraway place, looking at it from far away? That you're lucky that you live here, or?
Yeah, is this people that have come here, realize that it's an awesome place, and it does definitely get a bad rep, from people that haven't been here. They think that,
These are symptoms of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a serious condition that affects over 2.2 million Americans every day, mostly in the South. But there is hope. Reading Skidmark magazine will help take the edge off. Skidmark magazine is probably the most American magazine, consisting mostly of skateboarding, motorcycles, and dirty jokes. But Skidmark is not for everyone. You should consult your doctor before reading. Side effects may include diarrhea, vomiting, poor wiping, urination while laughing, and impotence. Get the Skidmark magazine app on iTunes or a paper subscription at skidmarkskatemag.com.
Greetings off the lip fans. Peter Mel here from Freeline Design Surf Shop Santa Cruz. With the holidays behind us, Freeline wants to start the year off with some good deals in 2014. We still have a great stock of high-end turbo bodyboards priced at 25% off. We also have a great collection of new surfboards starting at $399. And with over 200 boards in stock, we got lots to choose from. As always, wetsuits from Excel, O'Neill, Quicksilver, and Hotline help fill the shop. Stop by 821 41st Avenue, one block up from the Hook. Freeline Design Surf Shop, surf in Santa Cruz since 1969. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
To find success with your New Year's resolution to get in better mental and physical shape, visit Pure Power Yoga at 1440 41st Avenue, Capitola, where sweating is so good for you as it detoxifies and cleanses impurities from the inside out, improving your cardiovascular health and the condition of your skin. Lose weight as the body is heated and fat becomes water soluble and exits the body through sweat as you burn as much as 300 calories per hour. Friendly staff, a pristine studio, and the solution for a new you, where they invite you to try their new student special of $40 for 30 days of unlimited hot yoga and Pilates classes. For further information, go to www.purepoweryoga.net.
We are back now to last 15 minutes of the Off the Lip radio show on KSTO here with Nat Young, Shannon Marie Quirk from the Surf Channel, Luke Rockhold, UFC fighter with a fight coming up next week, which obviously we wish you the best of luck for. You're going to kick the guy's butt. Peter Mel,
I know. Well,
co-host.
Going to the question, what's it going to take to get that belt? I mean, you got to get through Philippou. Then what? Do you know? Can you map it out, or is it something about?
Yeah, I mean, that's.
You're
I'm doing a lot of interviews, and then all the reporters are asking me about that. The division's wide open, and I'm pretty up there. I'm ranked number 6 right now in the world, so I win over this guy. I think he's number 9, number 10 right now. So it's not going to hurt me, and it's just going to project me into a pretty much a title contention fight. So I win one fight, I can potentially beat another guy and then put myself at in the number 1. If I get the right fight after this, right, I'm in the number 1 contender fight.
Is the UFC, is it popular all around the world or just United States? I'm not a UFC guy, Peter. I don't know. I mean, you got
to have the camera on me because I was like going, wait a minute, dude.
What are you, an idiot? Right?
Fighting translates. Fighting translates all over the world.
Exactly.
It's huge.
It's way bigger than.
Shannon, help me out here, honey.
I haven't watched much fighting neither, but
you told me UFC's
big. You told
big.
me about the 12-pack, and I stayed. And
the 12-pack. Oh, yeah.
It was the running joke last week.
Yeah, we made
a 12-pack.
We made a little fun of the. She's staying here because she said she was staying because of Nat, and I'm like, she's not staying because of Nat. She's staying because of Mr. Rockhold.
Come on. Because of the 12-pack.
The 12-pack. TC threw her under the bus. TC, the 12-pack, and he was going off about the working out, the regimen, the whole thing.
I'm surprised he hasn't called in yet.
No, who's called in right now? He calls in every week. In fact, he calls every show. Richard from Watsonville.
Hi, Richard.
Are you ready?
Sure, Richard.
Richard has some great questions. Fire away, Richard. Fire away. Are you there, my friend? No. Why is this not working? I don't know why it's not working.
Do you guys realize that this man right here is the most awkward radio show host ever?
But you know what? What did you say today? What did you say today? It works.
I said, no, I know. He's so awkward it works.
It works. But you know what? The phone thing doesn't work here because this whole thing's a piece of crap. Oh, wait a minute.
Technically, it needs to
we have a technical difficulty, right? Should I quit my day job?
What is your day job?
I don't know. This is my day job.
Exactly.
Maybe you should tune it. Shannon, how am I doing? What do you think, dear?
I think you're doing great.
You think I'm doing good?
Yeah,
right?
That's why we're working together.
Your choice to have a host of a show would be either Peter Mel or myself. Which one would you go with?
I mean,
the most awkward.
I love you to death, but there's something about especially listening to Peter when he's webcasting because you're learning.
He's smooth.
You learn so much, and I think that's what has been lacking is just that extra knowledge and getting the athletes that are actually out there in the water on the webcast.
You're winning right now, by the way.
That's
You're winning.
way,
yeah,
for sure.
So I'll tell you what. It's all those years of training at Freeline Design Surf Shop.
As a salesperson, you're the top salesperson down there.
No, by far not the top.
Who's top? Don't tell me Brittany is.
No, Wayne.
Wayner? Mr. 10-inch?
No, hold it down.
Yeah. That's the name of the fin.
Oh, yeah, the Wayner 10-inch.
The Wayner 10-inch fin. The Wayner 10-inch fin.
The most awkward.
like driven to Capitola and like up to Felton. I've just driven on West.
Should have Felton on the thing?
Yeah, she's gone everywhere.
Really?
Every road in Santa
Have you
Cruz.
buzzed down the lane with your surfboard?
No, I
in
can't
tow?
surf, so.
Oh, that's right, you can't surf.
Actually, I just drive by with my board and then
Looking good?
Yeah.
Looking good. With the beep, beep, beep.
Little Vespa horn.
The road runner. Yeah.
Hey, it's the next big thing.
It's first class.
You know what?
It's first class. Unlike what he's flying on Southwest.
I can't wait to see Rosie on Westcliff with that thing.
No, she's going to look good. Richard, are you there? Richard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, a Vespa and a Cushman without a helmet. Picture those days with a surfboard under your arm.
That's right.
It was it was a Vespa or a. Yeah, it was one of those two motorcycles. But I've got a question for every single one of you, Mr. Miller. You're the one.
Every single one. We don't have all day.
Okay.
Okay. Go with the.
One question each. Mr. Mel, are you the one that opens the door and the window for Mavericks on the computer? You've been talking this computer stuff tonight. I'm just wondering if you are the one that. I read somewhere there was a Mr. Mel that gave the word when the window was open when it was good time to go surfing for a contest at Maverick. Is that you?
Is that the commissioner?
I'm not part of that specific event. And a matter of fact, this year it's still run by Gary Linden and the group there of that Big Wave World Tour. Next year is when
my question is not that so much as why don't these people that do this on the computer, why aren't they able to tell all the boats when to get out of the harbor when there's a tsunami coming?
What's tsunami?
Richard, you're getting Dan a run for his money.
We've had two of them.
Yeah.
One of them was the Alaskan earthquake, and the last one was Fukushima. Now, those are both preventable. During the first one, we lost the dredge.
I understand.
My question for you, Neil.
Yes.
You got a question for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's just a simple request.
Sure.
But, it's possible you could get the first black surfer in Santa Cruz. It was actually the first black surfer ever in surfing. His name was Tommy Jackson.
Tommy Jackson. Okay, I'm writing that down. I'm going to see if I can find Tommy Jackson.
I'll ask Luke Rockhold the question, please.
Wait. You
didn't
give me a chance to answer your question. That wasn't a question. It was you asked me to do you a favor.
It was a request.
A request? I apologize. Okay. Request Tommy Jackson.
Tommy Jackson, if you're listening, please call in.
Please call in. 831-479-1080. Tommy, call me. Baby.
Mr. Luke, whatever happened to Bimbo Slice?
Oh.
He's the guy that made MMA famous.
Bimbo Slice.
That was Bimbo Slice.
Bimbo.
Where did
Slice
Bimbo
go?
His butt beat.
Where's this question?
He went in UFC.
This show is going to pot.
Bimbo Slice got a reality check.
Yeah. No, the Bimbo Slice and the guy that ran CBS are what made MMA famous.
Richard?
They put the first one televised.
Richard.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on a second.
Our Davey was the first guy.
Okay, you a lot of questions here. Not enough time. Richard, we have to go to commercial. I got to pay the bills around here, man. This is my gig. I don't have the Peter Mel commission gig.
That's all right. Take care.
Thank you. Man, I'm exhausted after that question.
Hashtag
Richard, you're killing me. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Richard
Thanks,
took
Chris.
the cake, dude.
Chill Out Cafe is the hidden gem of Pleasure Point and a proud sponsor of the Off the Lip radio show. The best place to grab some food before or after you serve. Giant burritos, piled high sandwiches, fresh salads, and piping hot coffee and chai. And my personal favorite, the delicious hot oatmeal with all the accoutrement. Come chill out at the Bright Red Surf Shack, located at 860 41st Avenue, just a block from the ocean, where you'll always be welcome with a warm, friendly atmosphere and speedy service so that you won't even miss a set. So cruise down to the Chill Out Cafe, where they always roll the fatties.
Hello, I'm Schmitty of Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, Santa Cruz, California, 831-475-7809. Been in business since 1979. Few tips on saving water. Keep a 5-gallon bucket in your shower. Save the gray water from your washing machine. Reuse the water for your lawn, plants, and trees. Been doing this for 3 years. Have saved an average of 12 to 1,500 gallons per month. Just doing my part. So can you. This is Schmitty from Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, 831-475-7809. Remember to be kind. Enjoy the day.
Hey, it's TC from the Santa Cruz Boardroom. We all know the Boardroom as the best skate shop in town, but do you know the Boardroom as the best museum in town? The Boardroom currently has art on display from Jim Phillips, Steve Caballero, Jimbo Phillips, Johnny Mojo, and Brian Reed. There's 400 vintage skateboards on display and an amazing selection of vintage surfboards and snowboards for your viewing pleasure. Stop by the Santa Cruz Boardroom, pick up a t-shirt, pair of shoes, a skateboard, but come see the art. 825 41st Avenue, Santa Cruz, California, open 7 days a week.
Toyota of Santa Cruz is a proud sponsor of the Off the Lip Radio Show, the Toyota-thon biggest event.
Tomorrow, Nat, go to offthelipradio.com, and your new ears can listen to the podcast. How about that? Is that perfect?
That's perfect.
You can listen to Richard again.
All right.
To Richard and Dan.
Nat, when are you back in the water?
Yeah, when are you back? When are you back?
I got one more week.
The guys got one less guy in the water. That's pretty thrilled.
So what day is that we're gonna have you back in the water on Monday or Tuesday?
What time? What day?
I don't really know yet. I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out soon.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you are?
It depends.
It's a complete tune-up.
It's off season, right?
Yeah, it's the off season.
A whole month.
Getting the 30,000 mile service.
Yeah, I'm just getting it all done. So.
Wow, Peter, what are you getting done?
Nothing.
Really?
Yep.
In good shape?
I'm just gonna try and get my 2-pack going.
Yeah. Get the 2-pack?
2-pack Shakur.
Yeah,
you are
2-pack.
So, Luke, we want to wish you good luck in the fight next week.
Absolutely, and we're all going to be watching.
We're all going to be watching. You know, you've been on the show. We're stoked that you come down here tonight. Of course, we're stoked Nat came down. It's been a great show. Peter, where you want to know when you're moving back up? We no answer to that question.
Hey,
well, we wish you best of luck as being the commissioner of the tour.
Thank you.
And, keep an eye on the young lad right here.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be fun. I mean, this year, is going to be with all the broadcasting.
Right.
It looks like I'll be traveling. You used to do just the Quicksilver events. Now it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of the events. So
cool.
I'm going to be cruising through Oz with Nat Young. And I'm hoping I'm going to be his biggest fan. I'll be very subjective on the broadcast, of course.
Of course.
But I'm definitely a fan.
You can't be homeboy.
Yeah.
No, you can. But Nat, we want to thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. You're a great ambassador to our town.
Absolutely.
You're a great ambassador to the kids on the town. Look up to you, and we can't be more proud of you. I think the whole town, even people who don't surf. I mean, even KSCO people who don't surf are like.
Tell you what, both these guys sitting right here there's a town.
Fact,
there's a
right.
town. They're carrying Santa Cruz.
You're
with
right.
us, right?
That's
I mean,
right.
that's the thing. There's a lot. That you guys are obviously doing it for a lot of personal achievements, but there's a lot of people following you here, so it's good to have you guys.
Yeah, that's why I have. It's great to have two different sports. I've had this a couple of times now. It's great to have two different sports and how they relate to each other in some form or another. So we want to wish you luck, Luke, next week.
That's where I learned to fight out in the water, right?
What's that?
So that's where I learned to fight.
Is that where you learned to fight out in the water?
No, on the beach and in the water.
Is that where it started?
No, but I can't say that I haven't. There's definitely
had those incidents.
There's been a few incidents back in the day. And trying to control things.
Yeah, you did. And we want to thank you, Peter, for coming on the show tonight.
You're welcome.
We want to thank. It's been obviously a great guest. I'm Shannon Marie Quirk from the Surf Channel. It's your second time being here. And we want to thank you for having the radio show on thesurfchannel.com.
Yeah, we're stoked to get it out there and create some buzz.
We are recording Santa Cruz's surf and skate history. And you guys are going to be starting perhaps the skate channel pretty soon, right?
We're going to launch a skate channel next. It's going to be Action Sport Networks going with snow, surf, skate, which is pretty rad. I couldn't be happier. So the skate demographic is so gigantic.
There is as much skate demographic in this town as there is surf, right now? Would you say?
Yeah.
So
one of my best friends growing up is Raven Tershi, and he's
X game gold.
See, that'd be good if we got a first guest lined up for you.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys are going to be
Manuel Guzman, another one thrown in there.
And Rob Roskop, Keith Meek, Steve Caballero.
You can tell he's just aged
I'll
him
bring
where
it.
he's from, right?
Well, thanks a lot. Just
Hey,
killed-
hey, those are the guys I'm in the same
Commissioner's crushing
group.
me.
That same group, man. Hey,
This
but
is-
there's a lot of good new talent in this town.